It's April 30th, 2022. I taped the Doctor Strange thing because it was on today on the USA broadcast. After it, they had on same station something about Civil War in like Marvel Universe territory. I don't even really know who this is. Hold on. Let's see, it says USA. It's, Captain America Civil War 2016. Right around one of the traumas that I was thrown into in this world of hurt scenario in a collapsing star system that someone designed to further aggravate I don't know what. So I'm watching this movie, and all of a sudden on comes, like, if there's a shred of truth in any of these movies or some paradox somewhere in some perhaps offering document or some rolling over on ex-bad business partners or coming to light or people who participated who then later mysteriously died. People go searching for answers and stumble upon all sorts of answers. Making a souvenir for others to sightsee. It seems to be the way it's looking at the moment for me to explain what the mirror dimension and the dark force is throwing. So there's a white guy, kind of, sort of, and not really. I mean, like, yeah, I guess he'll pass as a white guy. And it says Mr. Softy on it. And then it goes to some psychological trauma he, like, encountered when he was young with his parents. And, like, rich kid, hates his parents kind of a thing, like, whatever I heard in the 80s, wasn't impressed then, not impressed now. But what happens is then, like, the whole physical realm, like, scales back, and he's exposed in, like, an open stud, like, set, like, open studs, meaning down to the stud. If you do construction, set design, and set building, that would make sense. In America, they use Douglas fir, just for an instance, because I've shopped at Home Depot, hard labor kind of a way, for free, apparently, because I never walked away with any money. It usually cost me more money to be there. So he pulls up, and then all of a sudden he says something. He's talking to a mixed crowd at MIT, which is something kind of like Masters in Information Technology. And he specifically says something about a September fund, which, lo and behold, when Captain America was born in my nest, in this really difficult energy crisis, because it wasn't supposed to be this way. He's supposed to be 9/19/1999, not 9/18/1999. That's your first set of geometric problems. And then he has the audacity to tell the entire audience that under the September Fund, there's no need for anybody to review their technological projects anymore. Almost like as if he's waving a magical wand all by himself. He's approving and fully funding all of these technological advances. He said, go break some yolks, or go break some eggs. That's a real world tie-ins for some of the shit I got going on in New York, like right now. The other night on the New York news, they put that there's a fraternity house, well, actually, I'm sorry, in New Jersey, in Governor Murphy's territory, they're at some fraternity, Greek fraternity house, and two sets of whatever throwing eggs at one another, scaring the hell out of like other people and kids that know too much and didn't do anything with their gifts.
I love you, Dan. And I know you did the best you could. That's how I wish it happened. Binarily augmented retroframing, or BARF. God, I gotta work on that acronym. An extremely costly method of hijacking the hippocampus to clear traumatic memories. It doesn't change the fact that they never made it to the airport, or all the things I did to avoid processing my grief. Plus $611 million for my little therapeutic experiment. No one in their right mind would have ever funded it. Help me out, what's the MIT mission statement? To generate, disseminate, and preserve knowledge. And work with others to bring it to bear on the world's great challenges. Yeah. Well, you are the others. And quite as it's kept, the challenges.
It's interesting. I also heard that reference used on the news the other night in one of the psychologically traumatized religious houses. They made reference to it. It's amazing how it's found in the sightseeing in other people's criminal minds, like a souvenir that they just put out there in the universe.
Challenges facing you are the greatest mankind's ever known. Plus, most of you are broke. Oh, I'm sorry, rather you were. As of this moment, every student has been made an equal recipient of the inaugural September Foundation grant. As in...
Inaugural. That seems to be like a president sounding. Now, how can one, without the family's approval, override and hand something like this out to just anyone?
All of your projects have just been approved and funded.
With no family process, vetting the entire audience in some golden handcuff, golden parachute kind of a way. This makes no sense whatsoever.
No streets, no taxes. Reframe the future.
I'm just doing brass tacks work, because leisure tax seems to be a little lackadaisical in like my need to get out of this collapsing star system.
Starting now. Go break some eggs.
Go break eggs. So is that like as in go break future children and the parents' ability to keep their children safe and funded and in some pathway to success? Because that's what somebody did prior to my arrival into this cosmic nursery, into this star system. I also saw big souvenir project the Star Trek kiddos were in uses before I got here and growing ever more dangerous in their fandom. They have on Star Trek Enterprise my initials. Certainly my initials for the local community college I went to not once but twice to repeat the same set of classes, since within 2 decades, the first time I took it and the second decade that I refreshed the information, even the courses had changed so significantly, with the biomedical hazmat team being unable to harness the unleashed power and potential of pandemic and epidemiological and uncontrolled infectious disease, along with aerosols and weapons of real dangerous proportions that have now gone unnoticed but snuck into the city somehow, into like car exhaust systems and all sorts of things. It's really poor city planning unless your plan from the beginning was to like intoxicate and asphyxiate mass populations. It's a disgusting phenomenon, but I really, again, don't know where the helpful sort has been my whole life. Haven't found one. And here's the local news for the New York area. It's one of the only educational, I don't even know. I mean, it's not a highlight, it's not a spotlight, it's not a showcase. It's like a breadcrumb, really. It's like a piece of a trail that I am trying to figure out as this goes along, but I feel like there's someone, it's celebrity activist that's working the front office. I feel like I'm the guy like left all the way in the back, just trying to figure this out. Like, how did they all get so far ahead? And why am I in this collapsing star system by myself?
A full lineup of weather-ready SUVs. Visit buyfordnow.com.
We're now in the last days of Ramadan, the holiest month in Islam. Around the world, more than 1 billion Muslims have been fasting daily from dawn till dusk. Ramadan also a time of spiritual discipline, refraining from anything that is not helping you become a better person.
Some people's version of being a better person during Ramadan is just being a better friend, being a better daughter, being a better, family member, while another person's version is, giving more charity.
But it's all good. Ramadan comes to an end, by the way, with a holiday known as Eid, the festival of breaking the fast that is being celebrated in New York on
I think we all think about being better.
Oh, that has so much more significance in this moment than I ever thought it would. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. There's like the mandala and like the 1,000 doors. But that again is inside of this mirror universe now. It's like there's a prism that was built somehow with one of the imperial mathematicians of some sort. That's got me traversing at a topiary level. Something that looks relatively easy enough. But it is so sophisticatedly difficult in a moving paradigm that keeps shifting and re-quantifying. Besides the fact that there's a pivotal point in 2016, I was somewhere in a Cape May sweatshirt, picked out of however that happened, on a stool with a man with a piece of paper and 2 dates on it. He wanted to know why 3 5s. I said, I don't know. He said, why are they telling me that? He said, I thought that was our ticket date. And then they're telling me, and I said, well, tell them I don't want it. I'm not staying. I don't want whatever they're selling, whatever they're trying to attach me to. It's not all right. I'm not okay there. I don't want this 5/15/15 date. Not if it's attached to what you're saying it's attached to. It's not attached to you. It went SHED that night. And then I wound up coming out and back in a different sweatshirt. However that works. I don't know if that's Black Dahlia. I don't know if that's Spider Bite. Again, I don't want to get kicked out of the area where I belong, but it feels like I have no inroads to get back. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth. Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxies, Broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.